Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from our channel Who Passed Today. In this video, we'll be highlighting American celebrities who have passed away today and in the last few days along with other notable figures from around the world. Before we continue, we respectfully ask that you like this video to express your love and support. It has great meaning for us. Thank you. Rick Derringer, the singer and guitarist who topped the U.S. charts with his band The McCoys and was a sideman for a host of stars including Barbra Streisand, Cyndi Lauper, and Steely Dan, has died aged 77. The news was announced in a Facebook post by his close friend Tony Wilson, who did not give a cause of death. While he didn't achieve household name status, Derringer was one of the great Zelig figures of American pop and rock, in a career stretching back to his mid-teens. Born Richard Zeringer in Ohio, he and his family moved to Union City, Indiana, where he formed garage rockers, the McCoys. They got the chance to record their own version of the rhythm and blues song, My Girl Sloopy, with a 17-year-old Derringer as frontman. Renamed Hang on Sloopy, it reached #1 in the U.S. in 1965. After Ohio State University's marching band started playing it at college football games, it got another boost in popularity, and eventually, in 1985, Ohio designated it the state's official rock song. The McCoys had another U.S. top 10 hit with the follow-up, a cover of Little Willie John's Fever. Come On, Let's Go reached #22 the following year, and the group recorded 5 albums together. The McCoys then partnered with blues rocker Johnny Winter for the group Johnny Winter, and who made the first recording of another Derringer rock classic, Rock and Roll, Hoochie Coo. The definitive version came in 1973, performed by Derringer for his debut solo album All American Boy. This raunchy and swaggering hard rock track reached #23 in the U.S. and later earned high-profile syncs on the soundtracks to Richard Linklater film Dazed and Confused, and the 4th season of Stranger Things. Phil Robertson, best known for featuring on the popular reality television show Duck Dynasty, has died, his family announced Sunday. He was 79. Phil's son Jace announced his father's passing on social media, stating, "My dad has gone to be with the Lord today. He will be missed, but we know he is in good hands, and our family is good because God is very good. We will see him again." The Robertson family previously announced in a December podcast that the star was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. At the time, the family said he was not doing well, and they were doing what they could to make him comfortable. In another social media post signed by the Robertson family on Sunday, they thanked the fans for their love and prayers. They stated they're having a private service for now, but will share details in the future about a public celebration of his life. Marlon Lee, mentor, educator, councilman, father, and friend, has passed away. The news has left Clayton and the wider Smithfield community in shock. Marlon Lee wasn't just a coach. He was a pillar, a man whose heartbeat was for his players, his students, and his town. Clayton Comets Athletics shared a moving message. "We are struggling to find the right words tonight. Coach Marlon Lee was an incredible person who we have lost far, far too soon. We miss you so very much, Coach, and we will keep your memory alive forever." One former student wrote, "You were the best coach, teacher, and mentor, not just to me, but also to my daughter, and everyone who had the honor of sitting under your leadership. Your heart for the community was immense and greatly appreciated. There will be a significant gap without you." Coach Lee's life was defined by service to school, mentoring, and Smithfield, where he served on the town council. He was a Smithfield native, a Smithfield Selma High School graduate, and a student at North Carolina A&T and St. Augustine's College in Raleigh. He taught marketing and business education, coached hard, and motivated everyone. The town of Smithfield issued a statement saying, "His service and dedication to our community will never be forgotten. We request that you remember his family and friends in your prayers." From his fraternity brothers at the Smithfield Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha. Sigh. Our very own brother Marlon Lee has reached the Golden Shore and joined Chapter Invisible. He was a brother who fought to make a real difference in the lives of our youngsters and his community. Coach Lee's passing has created a mournful silence in Clayton High's hallways, on the courts where he pushed young women to believe in their own strength, and in a community that relied on his leadership. Marlon Lee, a coach, father, councilman, mentor, and friend, has left a legacy that will be felt for years in Smithfield and Clayton. Rest easy, Coach Lee. You taught us more than just basketball. You taught us to show up with heart, purpose, and love. You will not be forgotten. Sasha Jenkins, a respected journalist and filmmaker, has died at age 54 from complications related to multiple system atrophy, as confirmed by the Hollywood Reporter known for his bold storytelling and deep connection to hip-hop culture. Jenkins made a lasting impact in both journalism and film. He started by founding a graffiti-focused magazine and later co-created Beat Down and Ego Trip with longtime friend Elliott Wilson, bringing raw, authentic voices to the forefront of urban media. Jenkins wrote for Spin Rolling Stone and served as music editor at Vibe, always shining a light on underrepresented talent and stories. His work transitioned powerfully into film, where he directed standout documentaries like Bitchin' the Sound and Fury of Rick James, Fresh Dressed All Up in the Biz, and the Emmy-nominated Wu-Tang Clan of Meeks and Men. He also directed Louis Armstrong's Black and Blues, calling Armstrong a true symbol of creative energy. Janine's voice was unique, powerful, and unforgettable. His legacy continues through the stories he told and the culture he helped elevate. Roger Nichols, the beloved songwriter behind timeless Carpenter's hits like We've Only Just Begun and Rainy Days and Mondays, has passed away at the age of 84. His longtime writing partner Paul Williams announced the news in a heartfelt tribute, sharing that Nichols died peacefully on May 17th, surrounded by his wife Terry and daughters Claire and Caitlin. Though no cause of death was given, the tone of the message reflected deep gratitude and reverence for a man whose melodies helped define an era of heartfelt pop music. Nichols and Williams first teamed up in the 1960s under the guidance of Herb Alpert at &M Records from the start. Their chemistry was undeniable. Nichols would compose the melodies, while Williams penned the lyrics. Their discipline and creativity quickly blossomed into one of the most successful songwriting partnerships of their generation. Among their biggest hits were I Won't Last a Day Without You and Out in the Country, which became a hit for Three Dog Night, but it was We've Only Just Begun, originally written for a Crocker Bank commercial, that truly launched them into music history. Richard Carpenter heard the ad, loved the song, and when Nichols revealed they had finished a full version, the Carpenters recorded it, and the rest became history. Although Nichols eventually stepped away from the industry, disillusioned by the changing music landscape, his work remained deeply meaningful to generations of listeners. In later years, he pursued a quiet life in Montana, focused on family fishing and building a home by a river. His personal dream come true. His daughter Caitlin remembered him as more than a songwriter, a violinist, a college basketball player, a jeweler, and a devoted father. He lived his life to the very fullest. She wrote, Paul Williams captured it best in his farewell, saying, "You brought love and beauty into this world, and we will never forget you." Veteran actress Malini Fonseca, who had become a household name in Sri Lanka, passed away at the age of 78. She died while receiving treatment in a private hospital. Malini acted in movies such as Aya Den Loku Lamek, Apeksha, Thushara, Selvam, Utpalawarana, and Istri. She also starred in the Tamil movie Pilot Premnath, along with famous South Indian actor Sivaji Ganesan. Malini also acted in a few teledramas, including Nirupamala, which was telecast in the 1980s. She had a short stint in politics as well and was a National List MP from 2010 to 2015. Uche Oj, husband of Today Show co-host Shael Jones, has passed away at age 45 after a private battle with glioblastoma, an aggressive form of brain cancer. The emotional news was shared by Shael's colleagues live on Today. Honoring his life and the love he had for his family, Ook and Shael were married for 18 years and shared 3 children, Cayenne, Clara, and Ooch Jr. He was known for being a present, loving father, always at his kids' games, recital, and life moments. Chael, who stepped away from the show in December, thanked fans for their support during this personal time. Their love story began at Northwestern University and spanned over 2 decades, filled with deep family values and unforgettable memories. Uche was not only a successful professional, but also a man of faith and strong Nigerian roots. The Today Show aired a touching tribute calling Uche Chael's perfect match, a man of warmth, quiet, strength, and joy. His legacy lives on in his children. His impact and the love shared by all who knew him. British professional boxer Georgia O'Connor has died at the age of 25. O'Connor's promoter Boxer confirmed her death in a statement, calling her a true warrior inside and outside the ring. Georgia was loved, respected, and admired by her friends here at Boxer, the promoter said in a statement obtained by The Guardian. Our thoughts are with her loved ones at this difficult time. Ben Shalom, founder and CEO of Boxer, added on X. My heart goes out to Georgia's parents and partner, who I know did everything they could tirelessly and are going through so much right now. O'Connor shared earlier this year in an Instagram post that she had been diagnosed with cancer after weeks of debilitating pain, and she said her concerns went ignored by doctors for more than 4 months. For 17 weeks since the start of October, I've been in constant pain, going back and forth between Durham and Newcastle RVI A&E, knowing deep down something was seriously wrong, O'Connor wrote on January 31st. I said from the start I felt it was cancer. I knew the risks. I have colitis and PSC, 2 diseases that dramatically increase the chances of getting it. I know how high my risk is, and they do too. They always did. O'Connor's post continued. But not one doctor for a while listened to me. Not one doctor took me seriously. Not one doctor did the scans or blood tests I begged for whilst crying on the floor in agony. Instead, they dismissed me, they gaslit me, told me it was nothing, made me feel like I was overreacting. They refused to scan me, they refused to investigate, they refused to listen. One even told me that it's all in my head. And now the cancer has spread. Despite suffering from ulcerative colitis and primary sclerosing cholangitis, O'Connor had been undefeated in her boxing matches since turning pro in 2021. Democratic reprise Jerry Connolly of Virginia has passed away at the age of 75, known for his decades of service to Northern Virginia and the U.S. Congress. Connolly was a respected voice in national politics. His career began on the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors before he was elected to represent Virginia's 11th District. In 2009, he recently shared that his esophageal cancer had returned shortly before announcing he wouldn't seek re-election. Connolly was praised for standing up for federal workers and speaking out on major issues in Congress. He played a key role on the House Oversight Committee and worked closely with leaders across both parties. Former President Joe Biden remembered him as a man of deep integrity who helped pass major legislation to support veterans and first responders. His colleagues described him as a tireless advocate for justice, fairness, and the well-being of everyday Americans. Even during personal health challenges, he stayed active in serving the people of Virginia. His leadership, commitment, and legacy will be remembered by all who worked with him. Jim Irsay, longtime owner of the Indianapolis Colts, has died at the age of 65. The franchise announced he passed away peacefully in his sleep. Ayers had led the team since 1997, inheriting it from his father, Robert Ayers, and first joined the organization in 1984. Under his leadership, the Colts won Super Bowl 41 with Peyton Manning and coach Tony Dooney, and later moved into the now iconic Lucas Oil Stadium. He was known for his passion for football, his love for the city of Indianapolis, and his efforts to support mental health causes. Ayers was also a well-known music and memorabilia collector, owning items from legends like Elton John and Muhammad Ali. He even formed his own rock group, the Jim Urs Band. Despite facing personal health battles, Urs remained active on social media, cheering for both the Colts and the Indiana Pacers. He has survived by his 3 daughters, 10 grandchildren, and ex-wife Meg Coyle. His daughters, who already hold ownership stakes, are expected to continue his legacy with the team. Veteran actor Michael Alaimo, best known for his work in Space Jam and the Oscar-nominated film The China Syndrome, has died at the age of 86. He passed away peacefully on May 2nd in Burbank, California. His death was confirmed by his daughter Gabriella Alamo Thomas. A longtime television executive, Alamo built a rich career spanning theater, film, and television, with a presence that left a mark on both classic cinema and network TV. Alamo began his journey in the arts studying theater at Brooklyn College, before joining Joseph Papp's New York Shakespeare Festival in Central Park in the early 1970s. He moved to Los Angeles, where he appeared in popular series like Cheers, The Wonder Years, Scrubs, and Hill Street Blues. His film work included standout roles in Mr. Mom, All I Want for Christmas, and the original Space Jam, where he appeared alongside Michael Jordan and Bill Murray. Beyond his screen work, Alamo was deeply involved in political theater and activism. During the 60s and 70s, he performed with the anti-war show FDA and worked with the Gut Theater in East Harlem. He is survived by his wife Louise, daughters Gabriella and Giovanna, and 2 granddaughters. George Coulomb, founder of the Texas Renaissance Festival and a central figure in HBO's 2024 docu-series, Ren Fair, has died at the age of 87. He was found at his home in Todd Mission, Texas on Wednesday morning. Authorities have not yet confirmed the cause of death, but an investigation is underway. Coulomb was best known for building the Texas Renaissance Festival into the largest event of its kind in the U.S., attracting performers and guests from across the country. For over 5 decades, his passing comes shortly after a court ordered the festival to be sold following a civil lawsuit. And just weeks after Coulomb lost his long-held position as mayor of Todd Mission, the HBO documentary portrayed his unconventional leadership style, personal quirks, and a chaotic search for someone to take over the festival, despite controversies and lawsuits. In his later years, Coulomb's vision created a unique cultural legacy that drew millions over generations. He leaves behind a complex legacy marked by creativity, conflict, and an unforgettable reign as the self-proclaimed king of his own medieval world. Patrick of Flynn, journalist and former member of the European Parliament, has passed away at 59, known for his sharp political insight. O'Flynn served as MEP for the East of England from 2014 to 2019 and was previously political editor at the Daily Express. He also wrote for The Spectator and made a lasting mark with his strong, clear views on national issues. Leaders across the political spectrum paid tribute. Boris Johnson called him a truly original conservative journalist, while Nigel Farage described him as a great thinker and patriot conservative leader. Kem Badino remembered him fondly, sharing how they often exchanged political ideas, sometimes agreeing, sometimes debating, but always with mutual respect. Ian's journey from journalism to politics began when he was elected during UKIP's breakthrough 2014 campaign. He later served as the party's economy spokesperson and took on other leadership roles before joining the Social Democratic Party. In 2018, his legacy goes beyond headlines. Colleagues like Lord Jackson of Peterborough recalled a man who brought heart and honesty to every role he held, passionate about his hometown of Cambridge, and even about music. Patrick O'Flynn was respected for his thoughtful, moderate voice in both politics and media. George Wendt, the beloved actor known for playing Norm on the classic sitcom Cheers, has died at 76. His role as the lovable bar regular made him a television icon, appearing in every episode of the long-running series. Norm's signature entrance and witty lines became part of pop culture, and Wendt's performance earned him 6 Emmy nominations. Born in Chicago, Wendt began his career in comedy at the Second City, where he met his wife, actress Bernarde Barat. The two raised 3 children together before Cheers. He appeared in shows like MASH Taxi and Heart to Heart, slowly building a reputation as a reliable, funny character actor. After Cheers continued working across TV, film, and stage. He guest-starred on Seinfeld, voiced characters on The Simpsons, and appeared in movies like Fletch Forever Young and Spiced You World on stage. He starred in productions like Hairspray and Elf, often playing larger-than-L life roles that matched his warm personality. He also became part of Saturday Night Live history with the recurring Da Bears sketch, a fan-favorite moment that extended well beyond the screen. In recent years, he stayed active with projects like The Masked Singer, and a Cheers reunion at the 2023 Emmys Doc George went more than norm. He was a trusted performer with a long list of memorable roles. His work brought laughter to millions, and his legacy continues through decades of unforgettable moments on screen. Colton Ford, known off-screen as Glenn Sarkeesian, has died at the age of 62, a respected figure in the adult entertainment industry, and beyond Ford's passing was confirmed by friends and peers across social media just one day after his reported death. On May 19th, his career spanned more than 2 decades, during which he earned recognition not only for his work, but for the bold, unapologetic presence he brought to the screen. Born in Pasadena, California, in October 1962. Ford entered the adult film world in 2001 at the age of 40, a late start by industry standards, but one that didn't stop him from quickly becoming a standout. His performances led to collaborations with major studios, including Falcon Studios' Mustang, and others, showcasing a wide range of roles that resonated with audiences. In 2003, Ford received the prestigious Gay VN Award for Gay Performer of the Year, a testament to his impact and presence in the field outside of adult entertainment. He was known for his passion for music and his drive to express himself creatively in many forms. Friends described him as vibrant, genuine, and deeply loved in the communities he touched. Chichi Laru, a longtime friend and well-known director, expressed the heartbreak shared by many. "I'm so shocked and saddened. You will be missed. Keep singing in heaven." Ford's legacy remains powerful, rooted not just in his work, but in the authenticity and heart he brought to everything he did. Kathleen Hughes, best known for her striking role in the 1953 sci-fi film It Came from Outer Space, has died at 96. Her unforgettable scream in a now iconic photo helped make the movie one of the most recognizable early 3D classics. Though her moment on screen was brief, her image became legendary, featured on posters, cards, and countless tributes to classic cinema. Born in Los Angeles, Hughes started her career in the late 1940s after signing with 20th Century Fox. She later joined Universal International, where her career expanded with films like The Golden Blade, where she shared Rock Hudson's first on-screen kiss, and The Glass Web. Her performances captured attention and made her a standout in adventure and noir films of the era. Hughes found lasting success on television during the 1960s and 70s, appearing in popular shows like Mission Impossible, MASH, I Dream of Jeannie and the Ghost, and Mrs. Muir. Her ability to shift between film and TV gave her a steady and respected presence in Hollywood for decades. Married to producer Stanley Rubin for nearly 60 years, Hughes balanced a long personal and professional life. She has survived by 3 children. Her legacy remains in the iconic scream that defined a generation of sci-fi and the roles that kept her name alive in film and TV history. Manuel Torres, the longtime host of Spain's iconic health show Saberver, has passed away at 84. A familiar face on Spanish television for decades, Torlasius became a trusted voice in health communication, guiding viewers with practical advice and expert guests for over 12 years on Law 1 and later Law 2. His calm presence and informative style made the program a staple in Spanish homes. Born in Pontedem, A Coruña, in 1941, Torrugias began his career with Airby. In 1964, he went on to host several programs, including Esquella, Salude, Voces, Simbos, and Ed Pemplo. His passion for health science and public service shaped his work across both radio and television, though he left Sabervier in 2009 following a disagreement over advertising rules. Torriglesius maintained that he had acted with integrity. He continued his mission through a new health program on interconomia until 2013. His dedication earned him top honors in Spanish media, including the Golden Microphone and Golden Antenna Pontadome honored their favorite son with a heartfelt farewell. Recognizing Torriglesius as one of the country's most respected broadcasters, his legacy lives on through the millions he informed, helped, and inspired across generations. Latonia Patain, known from season 11 of My 600 Lane Life, has passed away at age 40. According to reports, she was taken to a hospital in Shreveport, Louisiana, after having trouble breathing and later went into cardiac arrest. A preliminary medical review pointed to heart failure as the cause earlier this year. Latonia shared online that she was facing major health challenges. She revealed she had been bedridden since mid-2024 and was seeking help to receive treatment after her episode aired. She faced a difficult time emotionally, which impacted her health journey. Despite those obstacles, she remained determined to keep fighting her story. On My 600-Pound Life showed the struggles and pressure of trying to change habits under medical supervision. Dr. Noarodden had voiced concern for her heart and urged her to make serious changes. Her journey was real raw and highlighted the uphill battle many face beyond the screen. Latonia's story touched many people. Her courage, honesty, and determination made an impact. She reminded viewers how important support, care, and strength can be when facing life's biggest challenges. Aurora Clavel, a legendary figure in Mexican entertainment, has passed away at 89 in Mexico City. Born in Pinotaya National, Oaxaca, she became a beloved actress with a powerful legacy across film and television. The National Actors Association confirmed her passing and recognized her for years of dedication, including service in its Honor and Justice Commission. Her career was marked by over 60 films, 41 soap operas, and appearances in U.S. productions like The Wild Bunch, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, and The Mosquito Coast in Mexican cinema. She stood out in titles such as La Soldada and Vagabunda, earning respect from both audiences and peers on television. Aurora starred in hit telenovelas, including Soy Tu Duena Rosario, and I Don't Believe in Men, where her performances resonated with viewers nationwide off-screen. She shared her experience as an acting teacher, helping shape the next generation. She was honored in Oaxaca as Favorite Daughter of Pinotipa National and Woman of the Year, celebrating a lifetime of contribution to the arts. Aurora Clell's legacy remains strong, and her impact will continue through the many stories she brought to life. Chris Hager, guitarist, best known for his work with the band Rough Cut, has passed away at the age of 67. His death was confirmed by longtime friend and Rat frontman Stephen Peary, who shared the news with Metal Sludge. While no official cause has been released, yet updates are expected. Soon Hager was a key figure in the hard rock scene, leaving his mark with Rough Cut and other musical projects over the years. His guitar work and stage presence earned him the respect of fans and peers alike, and his legacy continues to resonate in the rock community. Metal Sludge expressed condolences to Hagar's family, friends, and everyone touched by his music. Robert Benton, the Oscar-winning director and screenwriter behind Kramer, Vers Kramer, has passed away at 92 in Manhattan. Known for crafting emotional, character-driven films, Benton left an undeniable mark on Hollywood with stories that earned critical acclaim and multiple Academy Awards. His passing was confirmed by his assistant, closing the final chapter of a remarkable career that spanned decades and shaped generations of storytelling on screen. Benton won 3 Oscars, 2 for Kramer vs. Kramer, and 1 for Places in the Heart, and was the creative mind behind films like The Late Show, Nobody's Fool, and Still of the Night. He helped launch careers and elevated performances by stars like Meryl Streep, Sally Field, Dustin Hoffman, and Paul Newman. His early success came from co-writing Bonnie and Clyde, a revolutionary script that changed American cinema over time. He transitioned from writing to directing and his passion for intimate storytelling defined his signature style. Even in later years, Benton stayed active in film and writing, earning honors from the Writer Guild of America and appearing in documentaries about Hollywood's evolution from his Texas roots to the heart of Manhattan. Robert Benton's influence lives on in the timeless films and characters he brought to life. Samuel French, the Texas-born actor who portrayed undercover FBI agent C.J. Robinson in Killers of the Flower Moon, has passed away at 45 after a long battle with cancer. He died in Waco, Texas, leaving behind a body of work that reflected both his talent and dedication to storytelling. Born in 1980, French grew up in Clifton, later moving to Austin and Dallas, where his acting journey began. His early credits included roles in Texas Rising, Fear the Walking Dead, and independent films like Pegasus Pony with a Broken Wing and The Pro Bono. Watchmen. In 2024, he appeared in the crime thriller Blood-Dried Hands, continuing to build a strong presence in dramatic roles. French's final performance was as Detective Bernard Crook in Towpath, a film praised by writer-director Paul Senior for French's raw intensity and passion. Senior described Samuel as fearless and fully committed to his craft, someone who poured everything into each role. He also remembered him as a proud father who spoke lovingly of his daughter. French's legacy lives on through his performances and the deep impact he had on those who worked with him. Peter D. Lax, a Hungarian-born American mathematician, passed away on May 16, 2025, at the age of 99 in Manhattan, New York. Renowned for his profound contributions to pure and applied mathematics, Lax's work spanned integrable systems, fluid dynamics, shock waves, solitonic physics, hyperbolic conservation laws, and mathematical computing. Born in Budapest, Hungary, Lax emigrated to the United States in 1941. He pursued his education at New York University, where he later earned his PhD under the mentorship of Kurt O. Friedrichs. During World War II, Lax contributed to the Manhattan Project at Los Alamos, New Mexico. Throughout his illustrious career, Lax received numerous accolades, including the National Medal of Science, 1986, the Wolf Prize, 1987, and the Abel Prize, 2005. He was also a member of esteemed institutions such as the National Academy of Sciences and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Lax's legacy endures through his significant theoretical advancements and the many students he mentored during his tenure at NYU's Current Institute of Mathematical Sciences. Marianne Bernadotte, her forcefulness, imagination, initiative, endurance, and charm. These were the words used by longtime friend Carl Otto Verkelid to describe Marianne Bernadotte. And for all who knew her or admired her from afar, those qualities ring true. Marianne Bernadotte passed away peacefully in Stockholm at the age of 100. As Sweden's longest living royal family member, she leaves behind a remarkable legacy of art, philanthropy, and quiet strength. She began her life in Helsingborg with a passion for the stage, eventually studying at the Royal Dramatic Theatre School. Her early performances at Dramaten placed her alongside legends like Ingmar Bergman and Alf Sjöberg. On screen, she brought grace to beloved Swedish films like Kulagula and ETM. Yet for all her artistic accomplishments, Marianne's second chapter may be even more impactful. Her 1961 marriage to Sigurd Bernadotte, son of King Gustav I. Adolf connected her to generations of European royalty. From that point, her focus turned to service and advocacy. She co-founded the Sigvard and Marianne Bernadotte Research Foundation for Children Eye Care, a cause that remained close to her heart for decades. Even after her husband's passing in 2002, she continued their joint mission supporting research in childhood vision, dyslexia, and physical disabilities. Marianne's pursuit of knowledge never stopped. Earning a university degree in art history in her late 50s, she served with elegance at Nordiska Company, later representing Saabs worldwide. She was honored not only for her royal ties, but for her commitment to the arts and medical research. At her 100th birthday, she was celebrated not just as a princess or actress, but as a woman whose grace and determination inspired people across generations. She is survived by her 3 children and the many foundations and projects that still carry her name. As tributes continue to pour in, her legacy is clear in the children given hope, the artists encouraged, and the world she bridged with intelligence and warmth. Tributes to Marianne Bernadotte. Gerard Soterman, he knew how to smuggle truth into drama, said director Paul Verhoeven, reflecting on decades of collaboration with Gerard Soterman. Every script invited reflection. Remembered as the soul of Dutch screenwriting, Gerard Soterman passed away peacefully at the age of 88. Known for crafting stories that entertained, challenged, and moved audiences, his words helped define generations of Dutch cinema. From his early work on the television series Flores to the Oscar-winning adapted screenplay of The Assault, Soterman's influence spanned borders and genres. His partnership with Paul Verhoeven produced some of the nation's most iconic films. Turkish Delight, Soldier of Orange, and Black Book are just a few titles that bear his unmistakable signature. A gifted storyteller, he wrote not only powerful screenplays, but also scripted over 60 documentaries and contributed to comic books and television dramas. His work often addressed injustice and history with boldness and grace. Through the emotional weight of his narratives, he drove conversations well beyond the screen. His one directorial work, Debunker, told the story of wartime resistance with courage and clarity. But even off-screen, Gerard made a lasting difference. Some of his documentaries inspired real acts of charity and awareness. He once said his stories were like croquettes with hidden fishhooks, easily digested, but with something sharp beneath the surface. Colleagues admired his intellect, his empathy, and his ability to find meaning in conflict. His storytelling earned him the Guyan Calf for film culture, and earlier the Edmund Hustings Prize, recognition for a career that shaped modern Dutch cinema. Gerard passed away from natural causes surrounded by the family whose names remain private. The details of his memorial have yet to be shared. Though he's no longer with us, his characters, his dialogues, and his vision live on. His screenplays remain timeless, still studied, still watched, still felt. In the words of a colleague, you couldn't watch a Gerard Soterman film and leave untouched. Tributes to Gerard Soterman. Federica Ranchi, a true actress, leaves behind a voice that continues to speak through silence. These words, once shared by an Italian film critic, ring especially true as we remember Federica Ranchi. She passed away peacefully at 86. Though the world has lost her gentle presence, her spirit lives on in the remarkable character she brought to life. Federica Ranchi captivated audiences in a time when Italian cinema was redefining itself. Rising to fame with The Wide Blue Road and Estate Venta, she shaped the landscape of post-war European film. Whether portraying wounded hearts or quiet heroines, her performances always felt deeply human. Discovered as a teenager through a ballet photo in Trieste, her journey began almost by chance. But it didn't take long before the industry saw there was nothing accidental about her talent. She went on to work with some of Italian cinema's most visionary directors, including Gillo Pontorvo and Valerio Zerini. Her work in films like Devil's Cavaliers and Women of Devil's Island blended grace with emotional complexity. She gave voice to women written between the margins, gentle, thoughtful, aching to be heard. Off-screen, she carried the same humility and kindness that made her on-screen presence so enduring. At just 24, when many artists chased the height of fame, Federica chose love and life away from the spotlight. She turned down a major contract with Dino De Laurentiis to begin a quiet new chapter with her husband, a Greek ship owner. It was a personal decision that defined her as much as any role. She later became a cherished grandmother to actress and fitness model Flavia Scuo, inspiring yet another generation in the arts. To many younger performers, her story is proof that great talent speaks softly and still moves mountains. Director Claudio Marchese once said, Federica brought silence into a scene like it was written dialogue. She let you feel everything without saying a word. Her passing has left a space in Italian cinema that cannot be filled, but her legacy remains in her films, in the memories of her fans, and in the hearts of those she inspired. Tributes to Federica Ranchi.